Hi, I'm Phil from Driftworks and this is my E30 M3 track car. And yeah, we're getting Jay to work on different BMWs today. Hi Jay.
Hello.
Take it nice and easy. I forgot how fast this thing is.
Yeah, it's quite exciting.
So I've recently got the car back from having a new GCU fitted, a HTG DCT controller on the car. It's not finished yet. It needs a bit of work seemingly for the lower gears, but it does seem to be relatively quick and precise in the higher gears. So I'm just going to take it to a track day we're going to do at Donington, which is next Monday. Is it Tuesday today? Yeah. So next Monday, and we figured we'd have a quick look over the alignment and corner weights of the car, because we've actually done a few bits and pieces to the car, adding things to it like a titanium skid plate and a few bits that have added weight in certain areas. So I just want to check that we're roughly, okay to go on track and have it perform as best as possible. So first of all, to do that, I'm getting it set up on my corner scales, and this is Jay's first time doing corner weights.
Yeah.
So that needs to go in the middle of the 4 pads.
Oh, now I've set it.
Yeah.
This way around?
Yeah. So basically, get it in the middle of the 4 pads, then you level this up. It has to be absolutely perfect. And obviously when you move one, it moves the other, so yeah, just need to get it exactly in the middle. And because I've done plenty of alignments in this position, I haven't actually done one since we had our new ramp installed, but in this position I know that the floor isn't level. So what we're doing here is using this to basically, it provides a laser that spins round, then I can put a tape measure against each one of the pads to check against where the laser hits the tape measure, and it allows me to work out exactly how much I need to shim the pads up or down to get all 4 of them completely level.
Laser. Okay. Turn him on.
Yeah, so turn it on.
Don't look into the laser.
I think you'd probably be alright with this. So it's not particularly posh, but yeah, as you can see on Jay's overalls there, it creates a nice little line that you can see. So now we need to get the shims out of the cupboard, which is the same cupboard where the corner scales were. And I think, if I remember correctly, this one needs shimming up massively. So we'll grab those and just a quick look. Yeah, it's alright once you put the tape measure against it. You can't see it in thin air. Just a normal tape measure. I don't know if you guys can see it. It's a little... There you go, you can roughly see there that is 49.9 there. And if we go to the other one, you can see that this one is 50.6. So this one needs to be shimmed up by 7mm basically. So I think, if I remember correctly, try it with that wooden pad there.
That looks bigger than 7mm.
Yeah, because I think that I have to bring the other one up as well. Yeah. So yeah, you can. I don't know whether you can struggle to see, but so that one is 48.9. Just about see there. And then back left is 48.9. Front right is 48.9. So yeah, that's ready to go. So you can get the laser out of the way again. And all of you can now see how heavy my E30 is, because it is. For an E30 M3, it's really bloody heavy.
It's very, very similar to My 36 compact with 3.2 in it.
Oh, was it? Was that? That was about 13, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was about 13 with a full tank of fuel. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I have just put 80 litres of fuel in this because I decided I want endurance tank because S65 uses quite a bit of fuel.
An engine not known for its fuel economy.
Yeah. So yeah, I think this will be about 1300 kilos, something like that, without me in it. Yeah, go for it.
You need to do a rollback.
Yeah, so basically just set it. It's got the parking lock on, so you should be able to just rock it backwards and forwards to settle the car. Yeah. Yeah, that's all you need to do.
How fat is he?
1290 on the nose.
Okay.
Yeah, 1290. So we need to now add a big fat fill in the driver's seat. So
Well, that's going to make it worse.
yeah, weight-wise that's okay, but getting the balance right is more important. So getting the corner weights right is what we're here to do. So a simulated 100 kilos.
Let's get rich.
That's 150, isn't it? Yeah, we've got all the weights still, haven't we? So I'll grab those. Get rid of the remnants of the V10 M3 out the insides of them.
Alright, yeah. Got a nice bit of grind. There's toes.
That's exactly 100 kilos.
Cool. Take that. Oh no, it's gone up 100 kilos.
Yeah.
Oh, I was surprised it has. 101.
Yeah, there we go. That's with a simulated fill in it.
We'll go for take a passenger.
Coronavirus, mate.
Oh yeah, fair one.
So if we go for,
If we want to do front and back, so
well, let's just see what it is front.
It's 53%.
53.5% forward weight.
Yeah.
So we might be able to improve that because this number's really big. So what we need to do is lower the front left slightly and see whether we can get the cross weights there to reduce to be the same as. So we're not far off. 49.4.
What, we're 49.3 one way.
Yeah. So and then go. Yeah, 50.6.
That's not a million miles.
No, it's really good actually. But yeah, I think pull this one down.
Just lower the coil over.
Yeah, we'll lower that coil over and yeah, see whether we can get this a little bit closer. Yeah, it's not bad considering it's got a simulated me.
And a tank of fuel.
Yeah.
Otherwise I guess it'd be slightly worse, but yeah. Okay then, so we're going to do now, just check the camber.
Yeah, well, our Hunter alignment machine's still broken. We have actually now, I think we've found a company that we're going to send the board to see whether we can fix it. But yeah, we'll do it the old-fashioned way. Which is sometimes
the good way.
Yeah, because I've already done this as well. As long as, you know, nothing untoward's happened with the eccentric bolts or anything like that, we should be there or thereabouts where I want it to be. Where I want it to be, I can't remember.
Looks like you want it to be about 3 degrees from here.
I'm pretty sure that was where I wanted it to be, wasn't it, Jay? 2.5. So that is almost exactly. See that? 2.5 degrees there. So you just basically get the string to match up with that point there.
Let's see what the other side is saying.
Yeah, and obviously doing this on the floor as well, it's super important that we did the levelling up of the floor.
I always question, at what point on the track are all your wheels in this exact position?
Down the straight where it doesn't matter.
Yeah, but it's bumpy.
So that one looks like that hasn't got enough camber. So that's only 2 degrees of camber. So it's possible that it is a thing. These eccentric bolts
have moved.
Do move sometimes, and are a bit of a faff.
We can't really check toe on this, can we?
We can. We'll just get Craig's gear probably.
Right.
If I need to change.
Yeah, but I mean on the ramp, we need it on the ramp really to do that, don't we?
Possibly. No, we can probably stack stuff up here. In fact, we could just use that toe, our simple toe plates, just to check it. But yeah.
Because I guess if camber's moved, toes moved as well on this, isn't
Good
it?
chance, yeah. So that one's half a degree out on there. You can't film too closely on this because the arch is destroyed from me.
You wrecked it.
Ploughing the wheel into it.
From being the slaminator.
Yeah, they were never finished anyway. We were supposed to make the final carbon fibre versions. That's quite a lot of cam bores. That is 3.75 degrees.
Who do you think you're, Starkey?
Stancy boy. 3.75. That's quite a lot. But to be honest with you, this car drove so well.
It was good at Rockingham, wasn't it?
Yeah. I'm not going to mess with it too much because it felt very confidence inspiring to drive. So the camber's the same on that. It's nearly 4 degrees. But actually, I'm not going to.
If we lower that side a little bit, it might change it
slightly. Yeah, and then obviously we will need to check the toe as well on this. But yeah,
I guess the last time we did the toe was in the car park at Rockingham, wasn't it?
What I might do is raise this one rather than lower that one because we're just going to plough into that arch more.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it looks like we've actually corner weighted that down quite a bit more than the other side anyway. So yeah, we'll go
up a bit.
Yeah,
are you sure?
I don't like it, but needs must. This is supposed to perform as well as look cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, just go up like we don't need a lot. Probably, I guess. We'll just go up on this side. Go 5mm on the coilover, and you can use the spring perch to adjust it.
Right, so do it on the preload on the spring?
Yeah.
Okay.
Normally we'd do it, you'd say adjust it on the bottom cup, but because we spent quite a lot of time getting the shock length correct for this car, so the bump stop comes into play at exactly the right point, doing it on the spring perch makes more sense for this.
No problem.
Yeah, let's go up and do that. In fact, I'm going to leave you to it for that because my little one has a blood test. So
well, you do that.
Too long.
I'll do this. And,
any questions, ring me.
I will.
I'll be back.
You'll be in hospital. Yeah.
Hospital.
No problem. Hospital. Call an ambulance. Here we go then. 5mm up on the spring perch as instructed. Let's see if I can put this down somewhere so you can. Well, I don't know what you're going to see, but. Right then, back down, let's see how that ends up. Let's go and see where we are. So, has that even changed at all? Barely. Let me figure out what to do next. Right, so looking back, just so I can get my head around it, we've managed to take 8 kilograms off the driver's front wheel. Left-hand front wheel, and 8 kilograms off the rear right wheel. So I guess we are going in the right direction, although it would be nicer if this rear right was to pick up a little bit of weight. Let me ring the boss man and see what he wants to do next. After a little discussion with Phil, there's a couple of things he forgot to mention to me before he left. We're fighting against the anti-roll bar, so front and rear anti-roll bars are now disconnected. I need to just check the tyre pressures are all even all the way around the car. And then it's just a case of up and downs and wrestling backwards and forwards, I guess. But yeah, let's see how much longer this takes. So after a little bit of toing and froing and trying to get my head around what this does. Here we go, we can sort of see now. We've got the cross weights back to, well, 49.5%, 50.5%, I guess. I'm going to make one last adjustment to this front right corner, in the hope that it puts a tiny bit more weight on this one, and if it takes a tiny bit off that won't hurt. So yeah, let me just do that and we'll see how we end up, and we'll wait for Phil to come in the morning and double check what I've done. Oh. Okay, so that's one full turn up, one full turn more preload on that spring, and yeah, we'll put the wheel back on, go back to the scales and see what difference that's made. Right, let's go and see if that's made the change that I would have liked it to. Obviously not. I think we'll wait for Phil to come back in the morning and decide what to do next. Perfect. Right then, we've had a sleep. It's now the next morning. Phil's back.
Morning!
Hi.
Did you have some fun yesterday?
I had some, the ramp had some use and the front wheel nuts have had some use.
Good job there, alloy, yeah?
Yeah, I've worn them right in.
Excellent. You got your head around it finally?
I hope so. I started out thinking that if I raised the front it was going to rock weight to the back, and that's not exactly how it works.
No. Yeah, basically you lengthen it to add pressure. It's like if you lengthen the coil over, you're just kind of forcing the wheel into the ground more.
Yeah.
And it does obviously have an effect on every single wheel, so you need to work it out what affects what. But yeah, ultimately, once you've wrapped your head around that bit of it, it's just a case of tweaking it and then not letting it get too far out of control, because it does sometimes do that.
Yeah, I went back to the start setting a few times yesterday. So
yeah, and sometimes you end up with one side that just looks like it's on stilts. So
I mean, I haven't checked that, to be honest.
No, visuals for me are important, obviously, on a lot of my cars, but no, I've just had a look at it, it's absolutely fine. It looks like from the numbers that you've got here, they're extremely good. We're looking at, we're only, like, let's say 0.4% off, so... Yeah, 0.5% off on the crossway. Yeah. So, I'd be inclined to perhaps just back left, take...
But then you're going to run out of fuel at some point, and it's going to change again.
But the fuel is in the middle. Fuel tank is in the middle, so that will affect both of these equally, because it is exactly central. So yeah, I just basically
lower that back corner
just give it. I mean, 2 mil might be enough on that. Yeah, we'll see how we get on.
Okay. Right, so we need a spanner. So let's wind this thing down a couple of turns and see what difference that makes. It's quite difficult one-handed by holding the camera in your good hand, but I'll give it a go. One more for luck. Perfect. Let's see what difference that made. Give it. What difference has that made? Nothing. Not a fat lot. Maybe we'll do a little bit more. Well, that's another 2 turns down on this back corner, and I mean we're pretty much there. Hopefully he's happy with that. 50.09, 50.07 on the cross weight. So yeah, let's go and get him and see if I can lock this off and call it done.
As is typical.
We've got changed again.
Yeah, it's the next day.
Yeah.
Of course, because it was not quite as easy as we thought it was going to be.
Never is.
No, absolutely. But then with a car that has this much adjustability, kind of knew it would be a bit of a challenge. Yeah, we've ended up getting our toe plates out, leveling up on the corner weights. We've already done a load of corner weighting adjustment on the coilovers, but we found that I decided, it's all my fault. Yeah. I decided that this wheel has always been a bit too close to the arch, and it's actually cracked that arch. We need to sort it out. But I decided that that's because there's something that's slightly off in terms of alignment. Turns out the subframe is slightly misaligned over to one side. So to counteract that, we've ended up re-drilling lower arm mounting holes, which means that the caster's incorrect and we have to move stuff. Then
everything was wrong.
Yeah, the tension rod wouldn't adjust short enough to compensate, so I had to take that off and I had to stick that in the lathe and turn that down. We also had to turn down the rod end on one side and the eye bolt that's on the other.
Add shims to the camber.
Yeah, add shims to the camber, so camber at the wheel because we ran out of adjustments at the top. We haven't so far touched the caster adjustments at the top, but and then we've just finalised by roughly setting the toe. But again, because our Hunter alignment machine is out of action at the moment, but there is some progress on that. Ed thinks he might have that under control with a possible repair to the board. But for now, it's all very basic. Tape measures and the camber gauge.
Eye alignment.
And yeah, many eye alignments. So all I need to do now is drive it and then work out how wrong it is. Then once I've finished with the Porsche, I'm doing the brakes on that at the moment, get that thing off the ramp finally, and then get this back on for final eye alignment.
On Monday morning, yeah?
Monday morning, an hour
Then
before we leave for the
straight
track.
onto the trailer.
Yeah.
Perfect.
Typical. Yeah, let's just have a double check on the corner weighting now, and then hopefully that'll be it for today at least.
We can do the next thing.
Yeah, because I've still got to finish the Porsche and doing the brakes on that. We've also got James's E92 M3, which it's got the old low E92 plus 295 Cup 2s.
Set the ride height is the problem.
And yeah, interference with the petrol filler just ever so slightly in there, which we don't want. I've had that in my E90 M3 on the way back from the Nürburgring, which was not fun. So yeah, we're going to have a quick look at that. We might have to pull the wheels out a little bit, which might
could just
mean...
raise it.
No, shut up. Yeah, so we might have to do the usual clearancing at the back there to potentially pull the wheel out a little bit, but yeah, we're kind of running out of time, so I should probably get onto it.
Yeah.
Down, give it a little wiggle backwards and forwards. Is this going to be it?
I hope this is it.
No.
Well, I'll do some compares then and see what happens.
Yeah, so 1385 kilos total with my simulated 100 kilos, simulating my fat ass. So let's have a quick look at cross weights.
Oh, we're half
49.95%. So yeah, pretty damn happy about that. That is good enough for me.
Still got that front.
Yeah. So 694 kilos for those two added up, and 691.5 kilos for those two added up.
Yeah, we're in 0.10%, aren't we?
Yeah, 0.10.
A tenth of a percent, I guess is the correct way to say it.
Well, I'm happy. So nobody breathe. Lock it off. let's call that bit done for now.
And get on with the next problem.
Yeah, next problem, and then the next problem. Yeah, that'll do for now. Yeah, well done, Jay.
No problem.
First bit of corner weighting.
And it's only taken what? Well, yesterday wasn't a full day, was it?
Yeah, but you know, there's always something that I can add to the mix. Is the problem.
Yeah.
And especially with basically what we talk about quite often, homemade cars. They're quite a challenge. It doesn't matter how much pride you put into doing something like this, especially when you give yourself the level of adjustability that we've got here. Yeah, it's always a faff. So yeah, well done.
No problem.
Right, I can't exactly remember where we left it because I'm filming 3 videos at the same time, which is challenging at the best of times, even more so when you've got a bit of baby brain. So forgive me if I've skipped something, but 964 is off the ramp with its new carbon ceramic brakes fitted at the front. Untested so far, but I just needed to get it off the 4-poster out of the way for a second so I can actually finish this, because the E30 is being used on Monday. It's Friday afternoon, and no J today. I've still got quite a bit to do, so I'm just going to quickly tie up a few loose ends on it. I've got to do a little bit of welding on a mounting point that I moved for one of the suspension arms, and yeah, just wrap my head around making sure it's ready to go, that it's safe and will perform as best as possible. So yeah, let's do it. Right, I think we're mostly under control here. I've done a little bit of welding of the washer because I moved this ever so slightly. I'm not sure whether I told you what I was doing. Basically, I measured, sort of triangulated this mounting point for the lower arm, triangulated to a known fixed point here, where the this is where the rod end for the tension rod mounts. So I measured basically from that point there to the center of the rod end on the inboard side of the lower arm there. Do the same thing from this point to the other side. Also measure from there back to here, and the same here. And basically worked out that this lower arm was about 4mm further outboard than the other side. And this just could be because it's fabricated, so it's had lots of stuff done to it, and much like the V10 M3, we found that anytime we did any welding, it really just moved stuff around way too much. So as it's not load bearing the cross member at all, it literally just supports the steering rack and the lower arms here. I just decided that it was easy to oval out the hole, basically move it to exactly where I need it to be with a washer on it, and then once I've got the position correct, weld it in place. And now the car is absolutely square, to my measurements at least, which will really help with the issue that we've had up here. So you can just about see that the arch has been cracking because the tyre's been touching. So that should give us the clearance for that, and I can get the arch repaired properly. Finish off the corner weighting by reinstalling the anti-roll bar drop links. These are adjustable links here, and obviously if you have a difference in height between wheels left and right, you need to make sure that you adjust it so that the anti-roll bar doesn't have any pressure up or down on either wheel. So basically this one is slightly shorter than this one, but that's perfect, and the same goes for the back here, except these are a little bit more accessible. So they're slightly unequal lengths, as you can just see there, but perfectly set up now for me as the driver, and having as close to sort of 50-50 cross weights and good weight distribution. No excuses now. Just got to hope that the DCT side of things kind of can get me through, because that has been a bit of a bane of my life with this car. But hopefully we're going to get somewhere properly when the manufacturers of the gearbox controller, the new one that's in there, they're going to fly over and set it up for me properly. For now, just hope we're going to struggle through this track day. So yeah, probably more than enough waffling for one episode. Thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please give us a like. My personal Instagram is philmorrisondw, and we've got @Driftworks as well. And yeah, we're going to obviously film our success or not at Donington on Monday. So yeah, keep an eye out for that video, and we'll see you soon. Cheers for watching, bye.
At Driftworks, we've helped over 50,000 happy customers since 2004. Our huge online parts store is simple to use, with superb shipping rates to anywhere in the world, and finance options available for UK customers. We live and breathe wheel fitment, so if you have any questions about your own car or any of our products before placing an order, please drop us an email at shop@driftworks.com or give us a call. Thanks for watching.